Level up your future career prep interview and upcoming event details.
Inside the miracle-making Columbia Improv team, how they pull off shows every week.
Election season may be over, but taking action never is. Columbia Votes calls for civic action.
Loop TV, Columbia's student-run news broadcast. I'm Oriel Reyes.
And I'm Cassidy Casanova. We've got some great stories for you this week.
So let's get into it. Next, a tragic scare for local high schoolers after a school shooting threat on campus. Police say they received multiple phone calls saying there were bomb and active shooter threats in the building. Students were on lockdown as police cars flooded the streets, responding to the threats. Police K-9 units and SWAT searched every floor of the building but found the threat not to be credible and no one was hurt. Jones College Prep was one of multiple swatting incident targets on Wednesday, but thankfully none of these threats came into fruition.
Getting your dream job starts with the right prep. Columbia is making sure students are equipped with the skills needed to thrive.
A career prep is coming soon.
Here's Allie Brenneman with the details.
This week alone, Columbia hosted a variety of career preparation events to get students ready for their lives post-graduation. There were several events this Thursday, a LinkedIn workshop with free headshots, and events designed to connect students with specific companies. This week, it was Live Nation and City Year. These events aim to give students opportunities they may not receive otherwise, be it connections, resources, or just practical life advice.
I feel like I advocate for like other students to want to be a part of it as well, especially when it comes to people that's like wanting to make a difference when it comes to just like not when it comes to just like the next generation that comes after us.
I came to the LinkedIn Experience Plus Headshots event because I've been having a little bit of trouble with my headlines as well as my About section on LinkedIn. I feel like I want to be more concise with it, so this really gave me a lot of good insight on that.
Yeah, I definitely felt like I got what I was looking for out of the event. They were really kind and they gave insight that I didn't get in my class so far also. So just it's always nice to have more of an in-depth explanation and kind of like more intimate because there aren't as many people in there as there are in my class. So.
If we have a handout, we can send it to you. We figured it's better to send it digitally so that way you have that handout. So that's
The next Career Readiness event takes place March 19th at noon with the event How to Get an Internship. For more information on events like these, check Engage Columbia. This has been Allie Brenneman for South Loop TV.
A Columbia student improv group is bringing quick wit and big laughs to campus, using spontaneity and creativity to engage audiences.
Here's Gerard Forwardy with the details.
It's all about getting your foot in the door.
Fat Dragon is goated. I love Fat Dragon. I look forward to Wednesdays every week.
These four Columbia students, however, are kicking the door down.
Fat Dragon, I love Fat Dragon. I've been there since day one. I love Fat Dragon all day.
Meet Ian Topple, Hunter Gill, Ben Levy, and Josh Hoover, who make up the improv group Fat Dragon.
I think we've been approached to do stuff maybe like once or twice at all just to open for shows, but every single other thing we've done, we've just created it, whether it be here at the apartment like Ian said or like we're doing tonight at the house.
The group puts on an hour-long improv show every Wednesday. 2 weeks ago, they packed 50 students in their tiny dorm room. Last week, they managed to squeeze 95 in the common room of 30 East. This week, they finally scored a venue in 623 South Wabash. We spoke to some of the members about their unconventional approach, and they delivered with yes and.
So the venue changes virtually every week. You guys don't know if you have a space until the day of, and yet attendance numbers keep going up. How do you guys do it?
I think you always just have to create your own opportunity. Right? Like, opportunity's not going to fall into your lap. No one is like, oh my God, you guys are so talented. Here's a space. Like, you have to, like, that's why we're starting to do stuff in our apartment, right? Like, it just started because my roommate Ben, said, who's not here with us, he said, I want to do more improv this semester. And then I said, then let's do more improv.
And it seems the whole chaotic setup works like a charm, as the show this week was another successful installment of goofy scenarios, crazy characters, and an audience in full support.
To be here, it means that they're so big that they need to branch out of their apartment, and to be manager to them means that I am doing what I love and get to manage not only just a talent, but a comedic talent, and I love these guys because they're funny, awesome, and just very unique, so this is great.
So if you want to see Fat Dragon in action, make sure to catch them every Wednesday. Just make sure to double check the venue first. For South Loop TV, I'm Gerard Fogarty.
All for a good cause. A blood drive was hosted in the 5th floor of the Student Center.
This was hosted by Columbia Student Government Association and led by the Film and Television Senator Morgan Lawson. In a heartwarming collaboration, the Student Government Association hosted its annual blood drive in partnership with Red Cross. Over 50 attendees, including several walk-in donors, came together to make a difference. Nurse practitioners rotated to efficiently draw blood, with the entire process taking just 30 to 45 minutes from check-in to check-out, including screening questions. Participants were provided with snacks and water to ensure they felt comfortable. Despite a few individuals passing out, the annual event was a huge success.
Want to know if you're eligible for an Illinois Real ID?
And later, is the winter finally over? Stay tuned for the 7-day forecast.
Stick around, we'll be right back.
Jay, it's me. I spoke to Mom and Dad. We don't think you should have a gun right now. It's temporary. Things felt dangerous. I think you need to talk to somebody.
I don't know which way to turn.
Jay, you took that first hard step to find someone that can help you on the path to recovery.
You sound good.
I think I see a way through.
Jay!
Danny.
Danny! Labs.
Danny, we need to talk.
Danny! She's overdosing.
When no one else knows what to do, it's gotta be you. Carrying the lock zone, you could save a life.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love. Love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
Columbia Votes is calling students to take action.
Through presentations and more, guests were informed about activism.
Here's Adria Hendrick with the details.
Meeting the Moment, an event hosted by Columbia Votes and CAPE, is taking place today, March 5th, here inside of the 33 East Ida B. Wells building. After a newsworthy couple of weeks since Trump's presidential inauguration, students are hearing from panelists inside of the South Loop TV studio. The event showcased 4 panels over the course of the day, covering topics from artistic activism to knowing your rights to overall civic awareness on the laws currently up for approval.
It was a very serious atmosphere going on in there because during Trump's presidency that's going on right now, you know, there's a policy that's threatening our DEI programs. It's very devastating to hear that that's going on right now.
The panels included experts on journalism, politics, activism, and human rights. Each panel was moderated by a Columbia Votes employee, more commonly known as a voter registration genius.
My first question will be asking the panelists,
what precautions should we take as far as protesting in the future? And when do we cross the line?
It's nice to have a panel where we can really find out what we can do to protect ourselves and what is maybe something we should wait to do until it gets a little worse, and things that we should be doing. The voter registration geniuses we spoke to today said that they hope the attendees will turn the information they gathered into real civic action. I hope people create communities. Our last one is creating communities. And I hope people start book clubs or movie clubs.
So yeah, just know your rights. If you're undocumented, please know your rights. It's a very scary thing that's occurring.
For Jayla Jackson, this event was an opportunity to not only gather information and learn, but to band together as a community.
I feel like that right there is like one of the steps of us as a community in Columbia to come together and take the tips that they're giving us and to use them to actually try and make some change in the world.
Adria Hedrick, South Loop TV.
The new Real ID portal makes it easier to get your official ID.
Secretary of State Alexi Journalist urges people to check to see if they need one.
The portal helps you to find out if you're eligible, see locations, and schedule appointments. It asks key questions like whether you have a U.S. passport or military ID. If so, you most likely don't need a real ID. Those who do need a real ID will get a walk-in DMV option or appointment details. The state is also offering Real ID Saturdays at 12 DMV locations to help residents meet the deadline. For more information, visit the Office of the Illinois Secretary of State website. I know I'm looking to travel this summer, so I'm definitely going to go and get my Real ID.
I need to renew mine as well. So let's see how the weather is looking for the weekend. Take a look at these live images of downtown Chicago. It's a beautiful Friday morning. Now let's check out the 7-day forecast.
After that fall spring last week, it looks like the temperature is dipping back into the 30s before the highs start to reach into the 50s again by Monday of next week. From there, temperatures are going to keep heating up into next week.
We'll be right back with sports.
And coming up, a lesson on Women's History Month.
Jay, it's me. I spoke to Mom and Dad. We don't think you should have a gun right now. It's temporary. Things felt dangerous. I think you need to talk to somebody.
I don't know which way to turn.
Jay, you took that first hard step to find someone that can help you on the path to recovery.
You sound good.
I think I see a way through.
Jay!
Danny, wake up!
Danny. Danny! Labs.
Danny, we need to talk.
Danny! Danny! She's overdosing.
When no one else knows what to do, it's gotta be you. Carrying the lock zone, you could save a life.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our every day.
Ida B. Wells, the pioneering journalist and civil rights activist, is now featured on the newly minted U.S. Quarter as part of the American Women Quarters program. The coin was celebrated at a special event in Chicago, where her great-granddaughter and Columbia alum Michelle Duster highlighted the importance of preserving Wells' legacy. Over 28 million quarters are in circulation, ensuring Wells' impact on justice and equality is felt by millions nationwide. As we welcome the first month of spring, let's take time to celebrate the incredible achievements of women throughout history, both in the US and around the world. Looking for ways to honor Women's History Month around campus? Don't miss exciting events at Columbia, including the Eframson Reading Series panel and the grand opening of the new studio space at 33 E. Ida B. Wells, complete with pizza. Enjoy this upcoming week of inspiration and celebration.
And now for an update on Columbia College sports.
Black Wolves Basketball Club has practices at East West Gym on Sunday, March 9th, 3 to 5 p.m. and Wednesday, March 12th, 8 to 10 p.m. Columbia Renegades Chap Club weekly meeting at 916 South Wabash, room 214, Friday, March 7th, 3:30 to 4:30 p.m.
Stay tuned to see how students are turning everyday moments into meaningful content.
Stick around, and we will be back with more from our South Loop TV team.
Jay, it's me. I spoke to Mom and Dad. We don't think you should have a gun right now. It's temporary. Things felt dangerous. I think you need to talk to somebody.
I don't know which way to turn.
Jay, you took that first hard step to find someone that can help you on the path to recovery.
You sound good.
I think I see a way through.
Jay!
Danny. Danny! Labs.
Danny, we need to talk.
Danny! Danny! She's overdosing.
When no one else knows what to do, it's gotta be you. Carrying the lock zone, you could save a life.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love. Love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
Stay updated with our social media spotlight.
On today's spotlight, Sabrina Belmonte featured a Columbia student.
Here's Allie Brenneman with the story.
Juggling classes, rehearsals, and a job is no easy feat, but one Columbia College student is doing it all while sharing her journey with the world. Meet Kyrie, an aspiring actress using social media to document the highs and lows of college life, creativity, and personal growth. She's giving her followers an authentic, unfiltered look into the everyday challenges and triumphs of being a college student in the city. From navigating the pressures of academics to balancing a job and pursuing her dream of becoming an actress. Kyrie is not holding back. She's sharing it all, her struggles, her creativity, and the ups and downs that come with trying to build a future while living in the moment. Want to follow along on her journey? Connect with Kyrie on Instagram for a behind-the-scenes look at her college life, creativity, and personal growth. For the South Loop TV, I'm Allie Brenneman.
Definitely gonna go and check her out on TikTok.
Absolutely.
That's all for today's South Loop TV. Thanks for tuning in.
For South Loop TV, I'm Muriel Reyes.
And I'm Cassidy Casanova. We hope you have a great weekend and see you back next week for more South Loop TV.